Now, I just got back from a run and I want to shoot this quick video because it's a topic I had earlier with a client of mine I was working with. And the two words that came up were just and only. And in this conversation, he was telling me, Doug, I'm just doing this, or it's only one time. It's only one time I'm doing it, or only one cookie, or whatever it was. So in our conversation, it happened to be around the area of business. And the words just and only kept coming up in this conversation. And that's when I stopped him. And let's just say his name was Rick. I said, Rick, it's not just and it's not only. Take those words out of your vocabulary. So what would you say if you took out the word only in that sentence? And what he was talking about in his business is it's only one time that we skip the sales process. And this sales process was breaking down all the elements in his marketing and sales funnel. And this was causing a lot of disarray in his business. But he kept on saying, oh, it's only this one time. It's only this one time that this key employee missed the sales meeting. It's not. What you really should be saying is this key employee missed the sales meeting. That changes the whole paradigm. That changes the whole structure of the conversation. What Rick was also doing in that was in the area of his body. He was talking about, I only cheated on my diet just this one time. I only cheated on my workout and skipped it just Wednesday. Well, it wasn't just Wednesday, Rick, because what was happening is he was doing this from week to week. And every time he did this, these justs and onlys, they kept on adding up. They kept on compounding. And what he was doing was lowering his standards. So oftentimes when we use the words just or only, really what we're doing is justifying our own lack of expectations, our lack of standards, and our lack of commitment to actually producing quality work and content in our lives. And as we lower this bar, we're continually lowering this. What it does is it really makes it easy for us to be complacent, lazy, and make excuses. So what I want you to do is think about your day. Think about those times when you use your vocabulary. How often are you using the words just or only? So if it's in your body, and a body's an easy one for me to keep coming back to because it comes up so often. I just skipped the workout on Wednesday, or I only overate last night. Now, these things come up all the time, but the reality is if you just skip the workout Wednesday this week, and maybe next week you just skip out 2 workouts, or maybe it's just 3, and you only overate 3 times this week, that adds up over time, and it adds up to lack of commitment, and which diminishes. It makes you feel like you're a liar internally. Now, this lowers your standards, as I said before, which causes a lot of problems here. It really blocks you from becoming the author of your own story. You're setting up your own barriers in front of you and blocking your recognition of these barriers being there. And so what I mean is, what we're doing is we're making excuses for ourselves, but we're also lying to ourselves. Your subconscious mind picks up on these little lies. So if I say I'm going to run tomorrow morning, and then I wake up and say, you know what, I'm just going to sleep in this once. Or it's only one time that I'm going to skip. Really what I'm saying is I'm lying to myself. I lied because I made a commitment that I'm going to go running in the morning, and now I don't do it. And then I'm making an excuse, thus lowering my standards. So what I want you to do is grab your journal out, grab it, write down your 5 to thrive, and look where, if anywhere, you're constantly saying just or only. And oftentimes this is in body, relationships, and business are the 3 areas I see this come up most with the people that I'm coaching one-on-one and in conversations with on a regular basis. Now, for you, it could be spirit, it could be mind, or it could be none of them or all of them. The key is to be honest with yourself, and that's how you actually progress and become the author of your own story. It's facing those realities. So what we want you to do is take out those words in your vocabulary. Take out just and take out only. Because if you take those out, you get to the truth of the situation. I'd love to hear your feedback. Go over to authorofyourownstory.com, sign up for the newsletter, and shoot me an email. Let me know how these 2 words, just and only, are playing in your vocabulary right now. And I'd love to hear your experience once you take them out, what you recognize in your own language and therefore your own behavior. And as always, I want you to share this with at least 3 people. The first 3 people that come to your mind right now that you want to have this level of conversation with. Look, you're taking your time. I try to keep these short and simple, under 5 minutes. You're taking your time, your personal time to listen to these, and I hope you're doing the work. Now what I want you to do is take that next step and share this with at least 3 people, the first ones that come to mind, so you can have conversations that matter. That helps you build your tribe and become the author of your own story.
I have a question for you. What if you could transform your life for the better in just 90 days? Would you do it? Our 90-Day Game is an online program and community created for people like you who are ready to make a shift and take those dreams and goals they've been talking about for years and turn them into a reality within 90 days. Go to authorofyourownstory.com/90-day-game and turn your goals into reality. And don't forget to be the author of your own story.